prize in his hands in his first year of captaincy. And the gold award, well, that went, of course, to Jim Love, presented, or awarded rather, by Mike Gatting.
The opening day of the fourth Cornhill Test match at EDGBASTON. Welcome to the highlights. It's a match England really need to win, although they still have the last one at the Oval to come. But Pakistan already have taken a 1-0 lead in what has become virtually a three-match series. Well, conditions here at EDGBASTON this morning weren't your normal midsummer day. It was a bit dull and dreary, and there'd been a little light rain overnight and just about an hour before the start of play. Mike Gatting won the toss, and he put Pakistan into bat. The teams named by the two skippers. England left out Neil Radford, who had been brought into the 12 in place of David Capel. They have a strong bowling side there. That's providing Ian Botham is fully fit to take his place in the side. Dilley and Edmonds and Foster and Embury and Botham, they're the men who have the task of bowling out Pakistan. The Pakistan side very, very strong, and they are one up in the series. We pick up play now. The England bowlers have gone through to the 7th over. 11 runs on the board. They've hardly moved a ball in the air or off the seam. Here's Graham Dilley coming in, and he's bowling to the opening batsman, Shoaib Mohammed.
Well, that's the first one that's just moved a little bit of movement away, a bit of bounce, and Shoaib not quite over the top and edging it away, but pretty safe, going about where probably fourth slip would have been.
Yes, Graham Dilley just getting it on the right line there.
Shoaib got onto that beautifully, played that down just behind the square, and really that was a very good hook shot indeed.
Well, it was a perfect result. He middled it, and I think we'll see some good footwork here. Well, actually, he does it just straight off the front foot. It wasn't so much in control as it was in slow motion as it appeared to be. Just jerking his head back there, but he middled it and kept it down.
By Barry Mayer there, having another word with Neil Foster. In fact, now I think he's probably going to give him a warning. He's having a word with Mike Gatting, and that, yes, that's definitely the first warning for Neil Foster. He's notified the other umpire at square leg, so that just put extra pressure on the bowler. Another of those, and then you begin to get into the taking off situation.
John Embury.
There's a nice greeting for John Embury. There's a little bit of stiffness in the fingers, or certainly not too much flexibility. And the resulting half volley harshly and properly dealt with. Phil Edmonds is on to bowl, so it's a twin spin attack. The Middlesex spinners, Embury right arm off spin, and Edmonds left arm orthodox, coming around the wicket and to bowl to MUDASSAR. Most ambitious, but it's the sort of thing you go up for at 31 for no wicket, having put the opposition in. Might have got up for that myself, actually. There's no chance of Tim Robinson cutting that off. He's had quite an energetic time in the cover region. That was beautifully placed by MUDASSAR NAZAR. Very fine sweep. In the end, have been taken from round about Midland leg. There's nothing much has happened this morning as regards movement off the pitch for either the pace bowlers or the spinners. much off the seam and not much spin. Oh, beautifully held. Gosh, that was well judged. He didn't panic when he saw it going away over his right shoulder, Neil Foster. Kept pace with it, and there was a little juggle at the end. But that was very well done. Shoaib Mohammed out. Caught by Foster off Edmonds.
Down the wicket, and they're spooning it high into the air now. Both fielders running back, but it's on the offside of the wicket. Foster watching it over his left shoulder. There's the bobble. Oh, a big bobble. Almost went back off his chin. They're hitting a ball inside out. Let's see that bobble again. Bang, out. Oops, got it.
Would have been a nasty little moment. Mansour Akhtar is approaching 1,000 runs for the summer at an average of over 60, so he's had a great tour. That's a good shot. Just that little bit short. You can't afford to do that on a pitch as slow as this. Batsman had plenty of time, and he played it perfectly.
So the shot that he meant to play the ball before, but he missed it the ball before that time, middle of the bat. No doubt about the result.
And that was the arm ball that John Embry didn't just set up at the right place, got it just outside leg stump, allowing MUDASSAR to sweep it away to fine leg. England bowling so far, just Phil Edmonds the only wicket taker. Both spinners very steady there. 30 runs from 17 overs and 1 wicket between them. Ian Botham's going to have a bowl from the pavilion end, so it'll be interesting to see if Ian can manage to swing the ball at all. A good shot. It was a little bit uppish, but certainly timed it nicely and just beating the field to the boundary there. It's a little bit on the up there. It wasn't all that short, but Mansour was pretty quick onto it.
Yes, pretty free he was with this one. But then that's something that Ian Botham seems to be able to get batsmen to do. They'll have a go at him where they won't at others.
Oh, he certainly flashed him away this time. There's no doubt about that going for 4. Just a little bit of width there from Botham, and Mansour very quick onto that one and smashing it through the gully.
One run added to take the lunchtime score up to 70-1, and that's a very good start for Pakistan, having been put into bat on a pitch that turned out to be flat and with very little bounce indeed. Just the one success for Phil Edmonds. Shoaib Mohammed will certainly be regretting that rush of blood that saw him back in the pavilion for 18. But MUDASSAR and Mansour Akhtar, each of them playing very well indeed. The bowling figures up to the luncheon interval. The spinners did most of the work there. Didn't bowl badly, but I just had the feeling they were a fraction too short for much of the time. The 1 wicket going to Phil Edmonds, that of Shoaib Mohammed. Here now, after lunch, is Neil Foster bowling the 3rd over. 5 runs have been added, and Mansour Akhtar is the man taking strike. That's a good firm stroke. Short boundaries at the ends on the Edgbaston ground. The outfield is fairly quick. Now there's a man coming on with batting gloves, which haven't been requested by the batsman, so I assume he's carrying a message from the captain. There goes the message. Just a little run to keep fit, I think, but just shows that he's young and inexperienced, because the very least he'll do in a couple of years' time, the touch of experience will be to get the batsman to take off his gloves, switch them and then give them back to him. And it did no good at all, that little interruption, just enough to break the batsman's concentration. He can have a chat with his skipper when he gets back to the pavilion, Mansur Akhtar, and see if he did get the message properly. Foster is through again.
Just reward for Neil Foster, who's bowled very well since lunch there. The ball just coming back a little bit, and I think a slight inside edge of the bat, dragging it back onto the middle stump.
And that's from JAVED MIANDAD. And it's a matter of wheedling and working away out there as a bowler.
Ian both and then to MIANDAD. Well, almost on that occasion, both of them getting the ball just to run away a bit. MIANDAD lulled into the drive, but just missing it.
Here's Foster.
Well, Neil Foster there just earning a little bit down that leg side again, and even though there's been a tremendous amount of rain, the outfield is still pretty quick. That's the 100 up then for Pakistan in the 55th over. 2 wickets down. Oh, well stopped, but not a lot of power in the shot there.
Mike Gatting has got plenty of options here, and one of them is to bring back Graham Dilley, who bowled a pretty straightforward, somewhat innocuous opening spell with the new ball. Ball went through gun barrel straight, didn't get one past the bat. So let's hope he can produce something a little bit more lively now.
So 50 for MUDASSAR. It's the 59th over, so it's been pretty hard going, but given the job that Pakistan require, it's important for them to make 350 in this first innings, and he's got the anchorman's job out there. It's Graham Dilley now to MIANDAD. Just a chance there, MIANDAD trying to push Dilley on the offside, outside edge, very low, both of his left hand just carrying.
Well, perhaps the hardest to slip catch, isn't it? So nearly stuck because both had to go forward left for it with his wrong hand, one-handed, going forward to get his fingers underneath, and it just spilled out. That was a fine attempt. And Dilley now creating the odd chance. That's good to see.
Life is complicated these days, isn't it? We've all got to be rubbed down, and we've got to get our supple hose on so we can fit our shin guards in. It used to be such an uncomplicated game.
Ready.
just short of Atty.
And the ball certainly turned, certainly hit the bat and the pad. Didn't quite carry, but it did turn.
And it's Graham now to MUDASSAR.
No wonder MUDASSAR gave the umpire a long, hard look back there. He must have known that was very close. Just outside off stump, I wonder.
Well, I can only assume that he's been given the benefit of the doubt that the ball might have just got past the leg stump, unless he got just a little bit of bat on it. It was a good delivery, good shout, very fair shout.
123 for 2. It might easily have been 123 for 3. A drop catch, both them hands on knees. The shot is played, and there he goes. But although I'm never mad about anyone who fields with their hands on their knees, it can't be blamed for that, because he got down a fraction too far, if anything. There's certainly no delay. It was a great attempt. Good shot for 4. Beautifully played. Good footwork. Got there so quickly he could afford to bring his feet together and clip it away through mid-wicket. "64 overs gone so far, so, well, that's the number of runs scored are a direct reflection of that over rate, almost 18 per hour. Don't tell me we're going to get through 100 overs in the day. It would be a shock to the system, but it would be a great compliment to Mike Gatting and his men. Pakistan, you remember, refused to agree to bowl even more than 90. Or more. Good shot. There's not that much pace in the pitch. The batsmen have to have their timing right. 2 glorious strokes from those 2 players. Don't know what England expected from the putting in of Pakistan on this EDGBASTON pitch. Whatever they expected, I don't think it's what they've got. Fine shot.
Phil Edmonds now going to continue from the pavilion end. Well, Phil Edmonds giving the ball a bit of air, trying to tempt MIANDAD to drive, and he certainly accepted the challenge there and dispatched that through extra cover beautifully. Oh, and that's a big one. That's right over the pavilion. Right on top of the pavilion roof and bouncing back. Beautiful shot there by MIANDAD.
Very quick footwork here. Classic. Chassis down. Just got close enough to it. He must have made up his mind that that was where it was going.
.50 for JAVED MIANDAD. Another crashing square cut there. Phil Edmonds just a little bit wide, give him a bit of room, and very quick onto it indeed. The great man himself, Clive Lloyd, chat away with Bob Taylor. Well, Flashing drive this occasion, and both doing a bit of width. Ball going through gully there. Bill Athy just failing to get to it. And again, that little bit of movement that's been there in the last half hour, but unfortunately for Ian Botham, just missing the edge of the bat. Neil Foster's going to come and bowl at the pavilion end. Oh, a rare misfield there by Phil Edmonds, but he was on the old wicket ends, and we may have done a bit of an injustice. It does just bobble a bit just there, but certainly going straight through him there. So the new ball being taken now by Neil Foster. England over it very good today. Only 4 overs remaining of the required 90. Oh, that was a fine delivery, and that certainly moved more than anything with the first new ball.
Yes, this is the sort of delivery we haven't seen much of today. Pitched middle and off and went away like a leg break. Graham Dilley going to bowl from the far end, from the commentary position here.
Well, that was the loosener, almost as though it were prearranged. And JAVED MIANDAD gave it everything, waiting there on the back foot for it. 200 up, with 50 coming from the last 92 balls. Now, that was a good effort from Tim Robinson. He sensed it was going to be close, and he hurled himself at the ball and kept going, and I reckon he might have had an edge on NAZAR. He'd have had him, and it missed by a whisker. But that's exquisite timing. I think when we look at the replay of that, you'll find it was more a defensive push than a full-blooded drive. It's another no ball, and it's worth 4. Oh, yes, absolutely plumb. Well, there's a reply from Dilley. 2 no balls in the over. His shoulders slumped. He came in the next ball and fired it straight in with the Sandshoe crusher. Lovely innings from JAVED MIANDAD, 75 out of 218 for 3.
Well, this is a big swinging Yorker. It looked like it was going down the leg side, swung onto him, and was right up in the block hole. A good swinging Yorker to end MIANDAD's excellent innings.
New batsman is Salim Malik.
Neil Foster just gone off the field, and that looked like it might not be coming back again today. He was limping a little bit. And Neil Radford there shining the ball up. Was the man left out of the original 12 this morning. again an edge, but all that does is bring Mudassar's 100 up. And he's played pretty well today. He's not made many mistakes. It's his 9th 100 in Test matches, and his 2nd versus England. And he's played pretty well, pretty steady all day. There's a shout there, and that's got to be close. There's no shot played. There's certainly that ball ducking in quite a lot. I don't think Ian Botham's too pleased with that, because definitely there was no shot played.
Super bowling, the in-swinger, and there that you can see the ball struck the pad. The bat is still high up in the backlift position. It's just a question of, could the umpire be certain that the ball would have hit the wicket?
Again, the in-swinger, but this time Salim Malik saw that, read it, and put it away through mid-wicket. Beautifully timed shot, that.
That's brought up the 250, the last 50 of which has come off 108 deliveries.
And there's a shout. Well, Ian Botham certainly can't believe that, and it certainly went a long way if there was no edge. But he's not being given out. And that concludes the entertainment for the day.
Here it is, the ball pitches off stump, leaves the batsman, turns him inside out. It does go a long way. But the man down there in the white coat is the man to make the decision. On this occasion, it didn't go England's or Ian Botham's way.
It certainly didn't, and that is an excellent position for Pakistan. 1 up in the series, which has been virtually reduced to 3 matches, and 250 for 3 on the first day, having been put into bat. A fine knock, a good patient knock from MUDASSAR NAZAR, 102 and unbeaten, ready to go again tomorrow. An excellent innings from JAVED MIANDAD, 75, some lovely strokes in that. He really is a tremendous competitor. And plenty of batting still to come, led by Imran Khan, the skipper. The bowlers, they worked very hard today. The pitch was low and slow, no bounce at all, no life. Dilly 1 wicket, Foster 1, bowled pretty well early on. Embury and Edmonds and Botham I thought bowled quite well in his new medium pace style. The 2 spinners, well, I thought they were just a little bit short. I thought on this pitch they should have had the batsman coming at them and trying to drive all the time. The pitch was so slow that allowing them to play off the back foot was giving them a real luxury. The run rate and the over rate, well, England did very well. They bowled upwards of 18 overs per hour, and really to send the players off the field.